what was it like reuniting to work together on screen after Blackish, Rainbow and Santa Monica at it again?
Oh my God. Every time that name is said, it's funny. So funny that
Always
you're
funny to me. My favorite character of all time.
Amazing.
This is like, another stop on the Tracee Rashida journey.
Yeah. Another stop on the train. Hopefully there's more. It was really great. I love working with friends, and it was great for Rashida and I. The thing I say that is, it's opportunity for us to catch up. And to actually do it in person, not on text or on the phone.
Yeah. I love this episode because it just makes you think about how, just in this day and age, whenever you purchase something, like let's say a subscription service,
anything,
you would just automatically assume like the base plan should be the standard. Like whatever I'm getting should be that base plan. But there's everything. Like I'm trying to get my health in order, and I'm trying to do like meal prep and things. I'm like, well, why are the meals are supposed to be a different plan? So I think this is something that you think about, especially with this episode. For both of you, how did this episode hit home as far as like the way that everything is being like mass commodified in this day and age we're in? Because it's a lot. I wonder that spark anything for you.
I mean, to me, this is the end result. I mean, this is like the peak of capitalism. Like the subscription model is just the kind of higher tech, more complicated version of everything that capitalism has always touted, which is like there's always going to be tiers, and if you have the money to do it, we're going to make it possible for you. We're going to make you feel special if you have that money. If you don't have that money, we're going to make you feel bad about it. And there's going to be something to aspire to. I mean, that's sort of like, I think the positive spin on it is like, everything's possible with capitalism, and all you got to do is work hard, and then you too can be in the highest tier. I mean, we know all of that is not true, but like, it doesn't feel any different from like the whole model. It's just the kind of like, it's like the late stage version.
The extreme version,
yeah.
I think for me, the episode really made me think about what happens when technology and medicine and science kind of move past humanity. And where does that leave us? And what are the choices that you have to make? And which are the good choices? And just because it makes something easier or gets you what you want, is that the right choice? And I think we keep getting faced with that over and over. Just because people are posting on social media, does that mean I need to? Oh, and then all of a sudden you're doing that. Just because everyone's posting, I don't know, twerking videos. Like, does that mean I need to post twerking videos? Like, whatever those things are that we as humans start to fall in line so easily, and without asking ourselves that question of, does this work for me? Is this right for me? What does this mean in the long term? Photographing your children, whatever those things are. And I think that's what it made me think about.
And it reminded me of how, recently on TikTok, people were talking about like on dating apps. Like, you get on a dating app and then you have to pay for a boost to be seen by more people.
Oh, I've never been on a dating app. I didn't know that.
Wow.
For almost all of them.
Cynical.
Like
oh my God.
Wait a minute. So you sign up for the app.
Yes.
And then in order to be seen by people,
you have to pay money. And then the more money you pay, allegedly,
the more people will see
you.
So the message is really people only want to date you if you have more money.
Basically.
I mean, that's what you're telling people, right?
And then,
fascinating.
And then when you watch this episode, it adds as far as like, what would you pay for different tiers if it comes down to you like living or dying?
Right.
Like would you think like, okay, well, I can have this relationship with technology if it's just about, dating or like being healthier or anything like that. But if it's like me
living or dying,
am I gonna just like not even, would that any of that even register? I'm just gonna be like, yes.
What's your choice?
There is no choice, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Is it puts you right in the center. Thank you, Black Mirror.
It's also like it seems like there's more choice now because we live in the modern era and we have all these tiers and it's like less choice.
This episode was something for me. I really liked it. I was unexpected to be like, be weirded out by technology, one, but also to be having like all the feelings while watching this episode. I want to know first for you, how meta was it for your Black Mirror episode to be the one where you're playing an actor? Why did you feel, what about this resonated with you so much? Because, it kind of hits home a little bit in more ways than one.
Yeah, and all the ways, honestly, playing an actress who feels boxed in by how Hollywood perceives her and wants to be able to take risks and take the reins on her career. Like, yeah, I felt that on so many levels, and maybe could imagine that I would, in desperation, take part in an experiment like this, but not like this exactly. But there's just it's really bleak right now in Hollywood, and like that's also what drew me. That's what one element that drew me to the script, because seeing that this technology could potentially exist, given all these conversations around AI and using people's IP and likenesses without their permission, but also just this incredible like love story that takes place.
Yeah, absolutely. And first off, Brandy Friday is such a Hollywood name. So just like that name is just so Hollywood. And I just want to know, like, is it just a coincidence that, you've talked about the influence of Brandy Norwood and Moesha on your career, just even creating Insecure and everything. Was this just like the stars just aligned where you'll be playing a fictional character named Brandy Friday, knowing the influence of Brandy on Issa Rae as
Yes.
the icon?
Thank you for saying that. Another way I felt seen, where I was like, well, all right, this is meant for me. I have to say yes. This is so much of the reason that inspired my journey into this industry, and now I get to take her name through this character that is also taking her own non-conventional journey in the industry. So yeah, I appreciate that call out.
Of course. And another meta moment was, Brandy Friday has also starred in movies with Ryan Gosling. So you
that I didn't even know. I saw that later because they like superimposed the image later. So does that mean they had to get his permission and he said yes?
Listen,
that.
We're uncovering things.
I would like to manifest that.
Yeah. And what was it like, working with Emma Corrin? On this, they're such a talented actor themselves, and I think that it's a pairing that was unexpected, but also satisfying to see on screen at the same time.
I mean, watching Emma perform and embody this Hollywood starlet was just incredible to witness in real time. It inspired me and helped me, like, to see them transform, and also. Like there's such a specificity to playing actors from the 40s, and so I got to witness the master that accent, that transatlantic made up accent, and that was it was just so much fun, and it made me feel like I really was in a portal through time.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to suspend my disbelief for a little bit, because I'm just like, I know they're AI, but they don't see this black lady that's supposed to be this white doctor. I mean, like, I get that it's AI, and they don't know Awkwafina's character. It's like, they don't know that. I'm just like, is anything just gonna jump out? But it just makes you think about how it's also scary, like, to think if that was a real thing, and to think about how the essence of a person is based on learned behavior too. So if you're already predisposed to like not thinking things such as race or gender, and like you're already predisposed to that, then it's kind of scary, but it's also just kind of things like how we're conditioned too.
I know completely. And then I think about like Brandy bringing that fear into that environment too, and just even the body language and like the fear of, like, to me she was a little too trusting of that technology. I know she asked the question like, they're just gonna be cool with a black woman rolling up in the 1940s, but like, what if there was a glitch that was like caused them to see her? What would there be any consequences there? But obviously there was a bigger glitch that we didn't imagine, where with it being a whole life or death scenario with her. But yeah, I would have way more questions. There's no way someone's implanting or putting something on my temple and I'm just okay with it all.
What does it feel like to kind of be back in this world with these characters after a few years, and especially since like we don't really get to pick up on a lot of Black Mirror stories?
Yeah.
So what was that like for you?
It was a real head trip. I'm not gonna, like, it was a real, it was so joyful because we all really get along with each other. We really adore each other. And to be reunited was really joyful, and it was also like so strange to enter the same set and like put on the same costumes as we had, or similar, you know, I guess 8 years ago now, and or 7 at the time that we filmed it. So it was like, it was very strange. It felt like, sometimes felt like being inside of a weird deja vu.
Yeah.
Like that feeling where you're like, oh, like sometimes I would go through those doors in that hallway and I'd have that feeling of being like, oh, I've been here before. And then I'd be like, well, you have been. Yeah. So that's why you're feeling that way.
Yeah. And speaking of this 7 to 8 year, you know, difference between the first episode, Black Mirror has always been about like, you know, our relationship with technology.
Yeah.
And in those years, you know, so many developments have been made as far as like AI from 2017 to now. How do you think, even for you, just personally using technology, has your relationship with technology and AI has evolved since you were shooting the first episode? Because I feel like we've changed so much in these period of years. I feel like still USS Callister is still relevant.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. It makes me sad. I hate how much time my phone steals from me. You know, I hate that I can like tell even when I open it, that I'm like addicted to it. And I hate that like so much exists in this like virtual world of like Instagram, which is like run by just run by someone who I think should like be in jail. Like it's all like feels so dystopian and so terrifying. And like, I also can understand the ways in which like it's really helped. They just like aren't as loud to me as the ways in which it just feels like it's like rotting us.
Yeah. The thing for me is like, it's not, you know, like the screen time notifications that we get. It's
Haunting.
not for me necessarily the screen times, but it's the alarming thing for me is the pickups. Like, I'll tell you how many times you pick up just to even like check the time or to check a notification. And then I remember like, I think it was the day that, I think it does it on Sunday. So the day on Sunday, it's like, oh, this year for the week. And then it starts over. And I think it was like maybe like 10 or 11 a.m. And it's I had picked my phone up like 45 times from the moment I woke up until that point in time. And it's like, we don't even realize how much we are dependent upon it. Which, like you said, for sometimes good, most of the time, hopefully for good reasons. But it's just we're so dependent on it.
We're so dependent on it. And it's such a, I don't know. I just, it bums me out. And AI terrifies me. I'm like, we've made so many movies about that we can't handle AI. Like I just watched, do you know Metrograph?
Yeah.
This was actually during the writers and actors strikes. They like showed The Matrix at the Metrograph, and I hadn't seen it on the big screen since it like came out. And watching a perfect film about like AI during that time, specifically when that's like what we were striking against, but just in this time of man, I was like, wow, we have been warning ourselves about this the entire time, and we just like can't get it together. Yeah.
And then we watch Black Mirror and we're like, wow.
We're like, that's so scary. That makes me feel so anxious. Anyway, back to my like AI.
You're always like, yeah, this is scary, but you know, we're very kind of close to this anyway.
Yeah, totally. And like, I mean, I don't know. I don't mean to sound like on a soapbox or something. It really scares me. Yeah. Because I'm just so scared of like what it does to like our animal brains. Yeah. That like aren't, I don't know.
Equipped.
Or I'm scared of what it will do to my little animal brain.